You have things in your home right now that a Japanese person would refuse to buy. Not because they can't afford them, because they've been taught, for generations, that buying them is a small, quiet act of self-betrayal. You've walked past them 100 times today without noticing. That drawer that won't close, the bathroom shelf you can't wipe clean anymore, the closet that keeps growing but never has anything to wear. All of it, according to Japan, is not a storage problem. It's a buying problem. And Japan solved it 40 years ago while the rest of the world was still filling shopping carts. In this video, I'm going to walk you through 9 specific things that Japanese people almost never buy. And one of them, number 5, is sitting in almost every Western home right now, being used without anyone ever questioning why. Number 7, I promise you, you will look at your kitchen differently for the rest of your life. And number 9, the last one, is the one that reveals something about your relationship with money that even you probably haven't realized yet. Stay with me until the end because I'm also giving you a simple 3-question audit that will tell you exactly which of these 9 you're most guilty of, so you know where to start tonight. Let's get into it. Before we look at the 9 items, you need one piece of context that makes everything else click. In Japan, buying is not the neutral act it is in most of the Western world. Every purchase carries weight. This isn't a fringe belief or a minimalist trend. It comes from 2 deeply embedded cultural concepts that have shaped how Japanese people relate to their possessions for over a century. The first is Mottainai. It translates loosely as a sense of regret over waste. But the deeper meaning is a spiritual understanding that every object has inherent value, and to waste it, to buy it without needing it, to discard it before its full use, is a quiet violence against the object itself. Mottainai has been officially championed by Japanese environmental leaders, including the late Kenyan-Japanese partnership, through the 2005 Mottainai Global Campaign led by Nobel laureate Wangari Maathai, who studied the concept in Japan and brought it to the world stage as a foundational sustainability principle. The second is Danshari. It's a modern movement popularized in the early 2000s by Japanese author Hideko Yamashita, built from 3 characters that mean refuse, discard, and separate. It's not just decluttering. It's the practice of refusing what you don't need to enter your life in the first place, letting go of what you no longer use, and separating yourself from the emotional attachment that keeps you buying. Together, these 2 philosophies form the foundation. Where most Western consumer cultures ask, "Can I afford this?" Japan asks a completely different question. Does this deserve to be in my life? And am I willing to be responsible for it until the end? That second question changes everything. Keep that in mind. Every item on this list comes back to it. Number 1. Extended warranties on electronics and appliances. In the West, walking out of an electronics store without being pitched an extended warranty is almost impossible. The washing machine comes with a 2-year extended plan for $180. The laptop comes with a 3-year accidental damage protection for $250. The refrigerator comes with a 5-year extension for $400. And most Western consumers say yes, because saying no feels like tempting fate. In Japan, this is almost unthinkable. Japanese consumer research consistently shows that extended warranty attach rates in Japan are dramatically lower than in the United States and United Kingdom. A pattern documented in reports by the Japan Consumer Affairs Agency and multiple retail industry analyses. The reason is cultural and practical at the same time. Japanese consumers are raised with the belief that a well-made product should not need insurance against its own failure. If a Japanese company sells you a washing machine, that machine is expected to last 15 to 20 years without extraordinary intervention. Panasonic, Toshiba, Sharp, and Hitachi build their reputations on this expectation. Buying an extended warranty, from the Japanese perspective, is buying insurance against a fear that shouldn't exist. It's paying the manufacturer twice, once for the product, once for the anxiety about the product. There's also a deeper cultural piece. Extended warranties are a form of pre-worry. You're paying money today for something bad that might happen tomorrow. Japanese consumer psychology, deeply influenced by Zen concepts of present-moment focus, treats this as a form of low-grade suffering you're purchasing for yourself. Why buy anxiety when you can simply trust the object and take care of it? The shift. If the product is well-made, the warranty is unnecessary. If the product isn't well-made, the warranty won't save you. Japan chose to buy quality once, instead of paying for fear twice. Number 2. Novelty single-purpose kitchen appliances. Open the average Western kitchen cabinet and you will find a graveyard. The spiralizer, used twice in 2019. The quesadilla maker, used once at a party. The mini donut machine, still in the original box. The electric egg cooker that boils exactly 6 eggs in a shape you didn't ask for. The panini press. The rice cooker that only makes rice, which is fine, but you also have a stove. In Japan, this simply does not happen at scale. Japanese kitchens are famously small, and cabinet space is precious. But the reason Japanese consumers don't buy these appliances isn't just space. It's the concept of ikedugu, the one-tool philosophy, a principle deeply rooted in Japanese craftsmanship, where a single well-designed multi-purpose object is considered superior to 5 specialized ones. The classic example is the santoku knife. In a Western kitchen, you might own 6 or 7 specialty knives: a chef's knife, a paring knife, a bread knife, a boning knife, a fillet knife, a cleaver. In a Japanese home kitchen, the santoku knife does most of it. One tool, mastered, used daily for decades. The same principle applies to appliances. Instead of buying a rice cooker, an egg cooker, and a slow cooker, a Japanese home might have one high-quality multi-function cooker used for all 3 tasks. Research by Japan's Ministry of Internal Affairs and Communications on household appliance ownership consistently shows that Japanese households own significantly fewer specialty kitchen electronics per capita than American or Canadian households. Despite Japan being one of the world's most technologically advanced consumer markets, the gap isn't about access, it's about philosophy. The shift: every novelty appliance you buy is a promise to your future self that you'll use it. When you don't, the guilt lives in your cabinet for years. Japan learned to stop making that promise. Number 3. Fast fashion. The average American purchases about 68 items of clothing per year, according to a widely cited 2019 report from the Ellen MacArthur Foundation on the global fashion industry. The average garment is worn just 7 to 10 times before being discarded. Fast fashion brands, Shein, H&M, Zara, Forever 21, have built empires on this cycle of buy-wear-toss. In Japan, the relationship with clothing is fundamentally different. Japanese fashion culture has its own fast fashion brands, most famously Uniqlo, but Uniqlo itself was built on a completely opposite philosophy from Western fast fashion. It's called lifewear, high-quality, timeless basics designed to be worn for years, not seasons. That's not marketing. That's the actual design brief. Japanese consumers, on average, buy fewer clothing items per year and spend more per item, prioritizing durability, natural fibers, and versatility over trend chasing. Multiple Japanese lifestyle publications and cultural commentators have described this as an application of Mottainai directly to the wardrobe. To buy a cheap, trendy shirt that will fall apart in 3 washes is to disrespect the cotton it was made from, the workers who made it, and the earth it will eventually pollute. There's also the concept of shibui, a Japanese aesthetic principle valuing understated, subtle, deeply refined beauty over showy or trendy elements. A shibui wardrobe has fewer pieces, in more muted tones, in better fabrics, worn longer. Every piece earns its place through years of use. The shift: Japan doesn't judge people by how new their clothes are, it judges them by how well they take care of what they already have. Number 4. Bulk warehouse purchases. Walk into any Costco, Sam's Club, or BJ's in America, and you'll see the same thing. Shoppers pushing enormous carts loaded with 48 rolls of toilet paper, 12-pound tubs of peanut butter, 3-gallon jugs of olive oil, industrial-sized packages of everything. The bulk buying philosophy is core to American consumer identity: buy in bulk, save money, stockpile against uncertainty. Costco does operate in Japan. It has been present since 1999 and has a small, loyal following. But Japanese consumer behavior at Costco Japan is documented to be strikingly different from behavior at American Costcos. Japanese shoppers purchase smaller quantities, share bulk items among multiple families, and treat the store more as an occasional experience than a weekly stock-up. There are 3 reasons this happens. The first is simple physics. The average Japanese apartment or home is significantly smaller than the average American home. There is no basement pantry. There is no garage full of freezers. There is no dedicated stockpile room. Space itself refuses bulk buying. The second is the deeply held Japanese cultural value of shun, the appreciation of seasonality and freshness. In Japan, food is meant to be bought close to when it is eaten. A 12-pound tub of peanut butter sitting on a shelf for 8 months violates the shun principle. It's not fresh. It's not seasonal. It's storage, not eating. The third is Mottainai again. What happens to bulk purchases in most homes? A meaningful percentage of them expire, spoil, or are forgotten before being used. Studies from the USDA and multiple food waste research organizations have documented that American households waste roughly 30–40% of purchased food, a figure directly enabled by the bulk buying culture. In Japan, food waste rates in households are documented to be significantly lower, and the cultural discomfort with wasting food is so strong that many Japanese schools teach children specific rituals of gratitude before meals to reinforce it. The shift: bulk buying looks like savings on the receipt, but if a third of it goes uneaten, unused, or unappreciated, the real savings are negative. Japan chose freshness over stockpiling. Now I want you to look at your kitchen right now and think about how many bulk items you've actually finished before they went bad. Number 5. This is the one I promised. This is the one 90% of you are guilty of right now: air fresheners and artificial scented products. Look under your bathroom sink. Look in your laundry room. Look on top of your washing machine. You almost certainly have at least one: a plug-in air freshener, a scented candle, a spray bottle of Febreze, a fabric softener, dryer sheets, a car air freshener hanging from the mirror, scented trash bags, scented cat litter, scented cleaning products. The average American home contains more than a dozen scented products at any given time. In Japan, this is almost non-existent. Japanese consumers do not buy air fresheners, scented candles, plug-ins, or heavy fragrance products in the volumes that Western consumers do. This has been documented in multiple consumer research reports from Japanese market analysis firms, including Intage and Nikkei consumer surveys. Japan's fragrance market is structured around the exact opposite value. Unfragranced, or muko, is the preferred product category for personal care items. Why? First, the concept of sumahara, a Japanese term combining smell and harassment, used to describe the imposition of scent on other people in shared spaces. This is taken so seriously in Japan that major corporations like SoftBank have held formal HR training seminars on scent etiquette in the workplace. In this cultural framework, artificial fragrance in a home isn't pleasant, it's a self-imposed smell burden. Second, and more importantly, Japanese consumer culture believes that a home should smell like nothing. A truly clean home has no smell. If your home smells like spring breeze or vanilla cookies, Japan asks, what are you covering up? A clean home doesn't need fragrance. It needs ventilation, cleanliness, and time. The air freshener is treated as evidence of a problem, not a solution. Third is the money. The scented product industry in America generates over $8 billion annually. That's $8 billion per year being sprayed into the air, evaporated within hours, and requiring constant repurchase. Japanese consumers redirect that money toward better ventilation, better cleaning products, or simply toward things that last. The shift. If your home needs artificial scent to smell good, the scent is treating the symptom. Japan treats the cause. Slow down here. Let this land. You've been buying a product for years whose entire job is to hide a problem you could solve permanently with an open window and a clean surface. Number 6. Paper towels and single-use cleaning products. The average American household spends between $70 and $140 per year on paper towels alone, according to consumer spending data. That's not counting disinfecting wipes, Swiffer refills, single-use dusters, disposable mop pads, plastic scrubbing sponges, and the hundreds of small single-use cleaning products the modern Western home consumes. In Japan, paper towels exist, but they are used sparingly and are not the daily cleaning workhorse they are in Western homes. The daily-use cleaning cloth in Japan is the tenugui, a thin cotton hand towel used for everything from wiping counters to drying hands to cleaning spills. It's washed, reused, and lasts for years. Beside it, the microfiber cloth has been widely adopted for kitchen and household surfaces, and it is used again and again, not thrown away. This isn't just an environmental choice. It's Mottainai applied to cleaning. A paper towel is used for 6 seconds, then discarded forever. From the Japanese perspective, this is a small daily act of throwing money and trees in the garbage. Multiply it by 365 days per year, over an entire lifetime, and the waste is staggering. There is also the practical reality that reusable cloths often clean better. A quality microfiber cloth traps more dust, holds more water, and cleans surfaces more thoroughly than a disposable paper towel that shreds after 2 swipes. Japan noticed this decades ago. The shift. Every paper towel you buy is a purchase you will make again next week and every week for the rest of your life. Japan bought the cloth once and never had to buy it again. Number 7. This is the one I promised will change how you see your kitchen forever. Cheap disposable food storage containers. Open your kitchen cabinet. You almost certainly have a tower of mismatched plastic food storage containers. Different shapes, different sizes, missing lids, lids that don't fit any of the remaining containers. Containers that used to hold sour cream now serving as leftover storage, cracked lids taped together, warped bottoms from too many microwave cycles. It's a graveyard of containers, and every year you buy more of them because the old ones are unusable. In Japan, this specific cabinet chaos does not exist in the same way. Japanese homes typically own a single coordinated set of high-quality food storage, usually glass containers, tempered ceramic, or high-grade stackable plastic with matching lids. Everything nests. Everything stacks. Every lid fits its container. And this set is bought once, cared for, and used for years or decades. The philosophy behind this is deeply Japanese. It's the same principle behind the tea ceremony, the santoku knife, and the perfectly folded futon. When you own quality objects that are designed to work together, you don't need to replace them constantly. The tower of mismatched plastic in a Western kitchen is not a storage problem. It's a consequence of buying cheap containers over and over and over instead of investing in one good set that lasts. Japanese consumers also treat storage containers as long-term kitchen infrastructure, not disposable items. Brands like Iwaki, Glass, and Zajirushi have built entire lines around this. Beautiful, durable, matching kitchen containers designed to be the last set you ever buy. The shift. The mismatched plastic tower is a monument to every $6 container you thought was saving you money. Japan understood that cheap containers cost the most because you keep having to buy them. Number 8. Greeting cards for every occasion. In America, the greeting card industry generates over $7 billion in annual revenue, according to the Greeting Card Association. The average American purchases and sends about 20 greeting cards per year. For birthdays, anniversaries, holidays, thank yous, condolences, weddings, graduations, get-wells, thinking of yous. In Japan, this consumer category barely exists in comparison. Japan has its own beautiful tradition of Nengajo New Year's postcards, sent by hand, personally addressed, often illustrated by the sender. That is a specific cultural ritual, and it is sacred. But the American style of buying a mass-produced card with a pre-written message for every possible occasion is largely absent from Japanese consumer behavior. Why? Because in Japanese culture, the personal weight of a gesture matters far more than the gesture itself. A handwritten note on plain paper carries more meaning than an expensive pre-printed card with a stamp on the back. To buy a card that someone else wrote and hand it to a friend feels, to Japanese sensibility, like outsourcing your feelings to a corporation. If you truly care about someone, you write them a real note, or you give them a physical gift, or you show up in person. There's also the Mottainai piece. Greeting cards are used for approximately 30 seconds, read, appreciated, and then either discarded or stored in a shoebox, never opened again. From the Japanese perspective, this is a beautiful piece of paper, printed with words written by a stranger, purchased for meaningful money, used for less than a minute, and then thrown away. The math doesn't work. The shift, real connection, cannot be purchased. Japan understood this and put the money back into the relationships themselves. And now, number 9, the last one, the one that reveals something about your relationship with money that even you probably haven't realized yet. Visible luxury brand logos and status symbols. Walk through a wealthy neighborhood in America. You'll see driveways with cars whose logos are illuminated. Handbags with brand names printed across the front in large gold letters. Sneakers with visible swooshes and logos that can be read from 30 feet away. T-shirts with brand names as the main design. Watches with names screaming from the dial. Walk through Ginza, Tokyo's wealthiest shopping district, or the upscale residential areas of Kyoto or Osaka. You will see something completely different. The wealthiest Japanese people are largely invisible. Their clothing is exquisite but often carries no visible logo. Their watches are of exceptional quality but understated. Their cars are frequently modest or, if luxurious, unbadged. Their handbags may be worth more than a car, but you cannot tell by looking. This isn't shyness. It's icky, a centuries-old Japanese aesthetic ideal that means refined, subtle, effortless taste. Icky is the direct opposite of the loud brand logo. To wear a giant logo, in Japanese cultural terms, is to signal that you need other people to know how much you spent. Icky says the opposite. I know the quality of what I am wearing, and I don't need anyone else to see it. The confidence is internal, not projected. This connects to a deeper Japanese principle. In Japan, true wealth is quiet. Loud wealth is considered vulgar and, more importantly, insecure. If you need to advertise your money, it means you're not confident that people will respect you without it. The person wearing nothing branded may be the wealthiest person in the room. The person covered in logos may be the most anxious. And here is the part that will land in your chest. Every luxury brand logo you have ever purchased was, at some level, a purchase of visibility. You were buying an object plus the fact that other people can see the object. If no one could see the logo, would you have paid the premium for it? Japan asks that question every time. Most Western consumers have never asked it once. The shift, Buy quality. Skip the logo. The money you save is enormous. The confidence you gain, the confidence of not needing to be seen, is priceless. That is what Japan has understood for centuries, and what most of the world is only now beginning to catch up to. 9 items, 9 small, quiet acts of refusal that together add up to a completely different relationship with money, with objects, with your home, and with yourself. Here is the 3-question audit I promised you. Take it with you. Question 1. Does this object solve a problem or hide one? The air freshener hides the smell. The extended warranty hides the fear. The status logo hides the insecurity. If it hides more than it solves, Japan says pass. Question 2. Would I still buy this if no one else could see it? The luxury logo, the trendy fashion piece, the decorative object no one visits your home to see. If the answer is no, then you're not buying the item, you're buying the visibility. Question 3. Am I willing to be responsible for this until it dies? Not until I'm bored of it. Not until the next model comes out. Until its actual end. If you're not willing to see an object through its full life, Mottainai says don't bring it into your life at all. 3 questions, 30 seconds each. Apply them to your next purchase and watch what happens. The clutter stops arriving before it even needs to be cleared. Look around your home right now. Which of these 9 did you not realize you were guilty of? Tell me the number in the comments, 1 through 9, and be honest. I read every single one. And if this changed how you see your next purchase, share it with one person who thinks they need to buy more to be happier. They might be one video away from finding out that Japan solved their problem 40 years ago. See you in the next one.